Greetings, Keishlings. Keishan Prime here with another My Hero Academia power-up video. Today we're doing Katsuki Bakugo, aka he doesn't have a hero name. So how about we give him like Blast Hero Emperupt, as in like Emperor Eruption, or how about The Detonator or something, you know, or Blast Boy would be stupid, but whatever. Maybe he becomes Blast Man after he becomes an adult. I don't know. But anyway, with all the power-up videos, we do equipment, general power-up concepts, super moves, and because it's my hero, we get to do Quark Evolution Theory. And yeah, to start off equipment, we're going to do Sidearm Cannon. This is an upgraded version of the AP shot, you know, where he does this with his hands and then he shoots a more focused, concentrated blast. This is a snap-on attachment to his glove. Like, it just slides over his middle and pointer finger, and then it snaps onto the palm, creating a seal, but there's like a little bit of area so that when he does an explosion from his palm, it will shoot out the two barrels, or the one barrel. It's a single barrel, my bad. And with that, yeah, he essentially has like pistol-sized cannons at the ready. This would allow him to fire two very precision AP shots simultaneously in, you know, different directions wherever he chooses to aim it at. And because like he's not firing it like this all the time, he can aim a lot more effectively, hence why I said more precision. More accuracy means better, you know, job performance, wouldn't you say? But yeah. Next up is finger cannons. This uses the same snap-on glove concept, except he now has 4 of them on each hand. Yeah, but yeah, this one is, it provides like an upgraded variant of the AP shot autocannon, which is a weaker version of the AP shots, but you get to rapid fire them. Well, this, you know, you got 8 of these now, so you're going to be shooting 8 blasts all the time. And like, so yeah, but now he can do it, you know, just like with the sidearm. You got 2 arms to shoot with. You're not just obstructing or restricting yourself with using 2 hands at once. And, you know, like he could maybe like maneuver his fingers in such weird ways that he could shoot multiple people with 1 hand, you know, so yeah, that's more or less the finger cannons. Next is the Gatling Grenadier Bracer. This is obviously an upgraded version of the Grenadier Bracer. The 2 biggest or 3 biggest changes to this is the firing mechanism and how many shots this can fire. It otherwise is very much a similar thing. Basically, it's a 3-chambered variant of it, like a Gatling gun or a minigun, except like using like the built-on like handle. You like pop it up, it rotates to the next barrel, and then you pop it down to arm and lock it into place. And then instead of like a normal pull pin, you know, where you pull it out and it's one-time use, and also because it's multi-use, so you would think, oh, or he can shoot multiple shots with this bracer. It's like he doesn't need to try and fit that little pin back in to use it again, especially in the middle of pitch combat. So yeah, it might have like a pull cord, kind of like a lawnmower or something, that would recoil back when after he's used it. And yeah, essentially, like, the shots would be about 1/3 of the original power of his Grenadier Bracer, but hey, if he can shoot off more of them, especially if he missed with like a regular grenade or Grenadier Bracer blast, this would be quite beneficial to him. And plus, he's a 6-shooter now because he would have 3 shots for each arm. And plus, it almost has a slight benefit of, because they're smaller reservoirs to gather the sweat, they might actually refill by the time he's shot all 6. So then he's getting ready for a 7th shot. There you go. Next up is the Burst Boots. This is inspired by his Blast Rush Turbo, so this is going to be an improved version of it, plus a little inspiration from Gran Torino, because with how his jet quirk works is he like can shoot some. We've never seen him without his shoes and costume on, so I don't really know exactly what is going on with his feet. But he can like shoot like, I think they're just jets of air, and then he can propel himself via the holes in his shoes. So I thought, what if Bakugo could do the same thing? And then I thought this could work in like regular in-universe kind of thing, because like when Gran Torino comes back from the Gigantomachia, was the word I'm looking for, investigation. Like he goes to talk to All Might, and like say Deku and Bakugo are there, and he's like, "Hey, All Might, what's this kid doing here?" It's like, oh, he knows about One for All now, and it's like, oh, okay, I've seen you, kid. You need to change that attitude, otherwise people are gonna think you're a villain. But I think I know a way to help you. It's like, what? How are you gonna help me? It's like, get you some shoes like me, boy. I've seen how you propel yourself through the air with your hands, but what if you could do that with your feet? And, maybe this would incite Bakugo to train himself, and this will be a thing throughout the video, of him like learning how to detonate not remotely, but from anywhere on his body, not just the palm of his hands. And like then, instead of when he's using Blast Rush Turbo, he can then, like, while the boots are allowing lift, he can then use his hands to, defend, attack, stabilize flight, increase his speed, very much Iron Man style. And yeah, next up is Custom Bomb Suit. I know, original name, whatever. But anyway, essentially it's a bomb suit. You see them in like movies with the bomb squad, or you see them a lot in like news footage of like EODs that are found all the time, explosive ordnance disposal units and everything, where people are having to, you have soldiers out in the field and they're like having to detonate bombs, and so that it doesn't harm anybody. And yeah, so it's a real thing in life. So, and Bakugo's resistant to explosions, as far as we're completely aware. He doesn't seem to get burned by the explosion, and the concussive blasts that they produce do not seem to cause him any harm. So he's already adapted in such a way to make him very well equipped. He just needs a little extra equipment to kind of like protect him from, say, like shrapnel that comes off, because that's a big thing of why, like, with all these bombings that occur in like America, for instance, it's like they use shrapnel in the bombs, so it's a real thing. So yeah, like if he can protect himself from that, he could very easily help the bomb squad and the police force, while he's not fighting villains in full hero mode. And to kind of go along with that, starting up with general power-up concepts, I just had the one, bomb disposal training. Like I said, if he could kind of help with the bomb squad or whatever, he could learn like the tactics of like disarming a bomb or disposing of it properly, like like those like semicircle things that they kind of like lock down over a bomb, and then they like wire it to blow up underneath so that it's contained. He could do that same thing, except with himself. He puts the thing over it, and then has like a hole for his hand to go in, or a hole to put his hand over, and then he just detonates inside the I don't know what they're called, the semicircle thing. And yeah, there you go. He can dispose of a bomb. Say like, oh, there's a bomb in a bank, and it's like, okay, give me all the money in the safe, or otherwise everyone gets it. I've rigged this place to explode, And, like, he comes in because he was, like, just a few blocks over. He, like, got the word that it's like, oh, you need a bomb expert. And the bomb squad's, like, way further away. Hey, I can help you. And the cops may have, like, multiple versions of the special suit, the custom bomb suit that I mentioned. So that it doesn't matter where he is, because like he could get to places real quick, but he may not always have the suit with him because it would be kind of bulky for him. So yeah, like they may have like copies of the suit for him in any given location, making it much more effective. Next up is starting up the attacks or super moves. Desperado Sidearm Cannon. This uses the sidearm cannons, except he now goes hog wild, shooting with great precision. The attack is inspired by Paldramon from Digimon. I always loved his Desperado Blaster, so this and very much inspired it. Next up is Point Blank Special Blast Cannon. This one, the name is inspired by the Special Beam Cannon from Dragon Ball Z, Piccolo's like really powerful move, though it's very disadvantaged because of the charge time, but I've always loved it. I was like, and then boom! Well, the sidearm cannons kind of have that hand gesture, but he could also use this with the finger cannons as well. This is like the attack is essentially just a very short range attack where he gets in close and then just boom, blows you away. Next up is Surface Grenade. This one is basically he turns any solid surface into a grenade of sorts, just blowing it to pieces and then just letting whatever it's made out of just fly, the little bits and shrapnel fly about, hitting whatever targets they may. So it's just as simple as him just touching a surface and then, but it's not just for damage dealing. It can also work as a distraction, because like if it's a thin like layer of dust, or like he's like in a dirt covered environment, say like a forest or something, he could do a lighter explosion where it sends up all the dust. And then he has an effective smoke screen for retreats, to set up another attack, or to evacuate civilians, or to help an ally. And then next up is the final attack. There's two variants of this. The first one is with what I mentioned before, like if he could train himself to do detonations from any part of his body. We're calling it Boom Body. Boom Body! Where it's full body explosion. And these are inspired by Vegeta's final explosion from the Buu saga, where he tried to blow up Majin Buu, but it didn't work, and it was like a suicidal attack, so he didn't survive. Bakugo, on the other hand, would. Not next, but the other name is called Chain Reaction. This is if he uses it in his current state of where he can only, like, use the palms of his hands. Like, say he's built up a full body sweat, and then he just, like, Chain Reaction, and then boom, boom, all the sweat droplets across his body just start detonating one after the other. And like I said, this is inspired by Vegeta's attack, but would not be nearly as powerful because, good lord, that was a large attack. And he would just be destroying whole parts of the city every time he used it. So he would either like control it or not be nearly as powerful. But it would be a radial attack that would be very beneficial for him. And finally, we have Quirk Evolution. This, I could only really come up, like, one, we've already been discussing, if he could create explosions from any part of his body, because, sweat is all over the body, or can be produced from all over the body. But then you also have the other option of, what if he could remotely detonate it? Like, say, he's walking down the street, there's, like, a villain that just robbed a bank, and they're running down the street with the money, and he's aware of it, and he's like, just side-eye him, and it's like, I didn't want to do this today. I'm tired already. It's too hot out here. So then he just kind of, wipes his brow, flings it at the guy, and then, boom, baby! and detonating it, and the guy is knocked on his butt. Bakugo goes to pin him down, and then, waits for the cops to arrive. Simple as that. And yeah, that's about it. Couldn't really come up with anything else. To be honest, this list doubled in like the last week alone, so yay me, I guess. But anyway, yeah, this might be one of the last of the My Hero power-up videos I do for a while, so until maybe more of the series like gets my my power-up juices flowing, so to speak. So yeah, so this will be the penultimate one for a bit. Deku is up next of the My Hero videos, and yeah, let me know what you thought of all of this. Anything that you've had ideas about Bakugo and what he might be able to do in the future. And yeah, thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Here's where you can find me. Links down below. And until next time, Keishlings, roll out!